Okay, today I'm going to do a Magic the Gathering Final Fantasy Cloud Exposure search foil. Okay, also want to talk about in general the market. I think overall, I think I saw this morning. I checked the collect booster, like local people are selling like 1400. So overall I think this I thought the collect box gonna settle in 1200 or 1250 for a while, but it looks like it's gonna I think it's kind of up and down for a while. It is going to a new high. So think about it, right? So collect booster box, more people open it, it's pretty much the inventory will be less overall, right? Until I recall, there will be a holiday bundle or holiday collector booster. I don't know what it is, but it's based on the law of the ring, right? So in the future, we'll see a new sets, a collector sets. However, that's still unknown. So of course, people talking about, hey, once that holiday booster come out overall, all the singles or collect booster may tank. I don't think that's true. I think a collect booster will keep climbing. Singles may make an impact, right? It really depends on the holiday bundle or holiday collectors or what's inside, right? So, however, right now, let's just focus what's happening now. So overall, this cloud X Cloud card is very interesting. I'm open the TCG player right now. When I bought several cards, several of these cards, and I think a two. I already sent two. I already sent two to PSA. Not getting. I'm not getting back yet. So this cloud, if I look the curve in June 22 is selling like 530, and it's a roller coaster. When it hit July 4th period, it's like 400. I believe I bought one card around 4th of July. I think I got a 350, 360, and now I'll say since middle of July, this cars keep climbing from 450 all the way to right now. I think I'm checking on TCG Player. I think the average right now is 800. But the cheap, the most cheap seller here is 750. Of course, you cannot see the picture, but well, there's one seller still offering pictures, and from the picture, why this seller only shared the front the front side of the car looks decent, but you cannot see the back. However, the lower so, right as of today, August 14, 32 listing on this Exposure Cloud. The cheapest one is 750. Okay, so on the eBay, I think it's 750. You can also get from 750 to 800. I saw last time I saw people selling for over 1,000. Less likely, I don't think people will buy the car from 1,000, because you can just buy, you can just bid on auctions. However, I think this car is settled right now. It's kind of settled to 750 to 800. Yesterday, I bought a one car from local, and he's selling $800 cash to another buyer. So this car, I will say right now is sitting 800, um, 800 to 850, right? If you can buy from the local sellers, probably 800. But if you try to buy from eBay, I'm talking about if the car condition is mint or better. I'm not talking about the less than mint, right? Because I I think yesterday I saw another car has a dent, light plate. I think that's a condition. It's selling less than 750. However, if the car it's in good condition, most likely you can sell over 800. Okay, I think 800 is the new baseline right now. Okay, now I'm going to pre-grade this card. I kind of eyeball around this card already. When I prepare send it to grading, these are the tools I use. Okay, so overall, I think the singles right now, it's all the car right now is it's right now the finding his new high. It's not, of course, it's not gonna climb linear, right? So I think it's gonna rest a little bit. Particularly this card, I think this card will rest at between 800 and 150. Will this card climb over 1,000? I'll say I'll say particularly this card, very possible. I feel there's a strong demand on this card. It's only 32 listing. I think and most people want to sell 100. I only see two 750, and the remaining is just going up. I think 80% of the listing asking for over 800. Okay, there's some sellers with a 0 rating. So yeah, I think this car is 800. Very possible going 900, 1,000, maybe next week or so. So overall, I think the single market is still not done yet. Yeah. So, but however, right now, if you jump in, try to buy singles, I'll say the risk is high. If you look at eBay, a lot of people selling PSA 10 because about time, right? A lot of people got into this collectors or sending to the grading probably in June, July timeframe. Right now, it's a lot of PSA 10 cards on the market right now. So if you don't want to take the risk, it's not a bad idea if you just want to buy a PS 10. If you don't mind, pay a bit extra. Don't want to take risk, buy raw and send it to grade. I think it's a good timing to jump in to buy a PSA 10 if you want to risk free. I think it's good timing, right? I think once the PSA 10 deals are over, it might go up, right? Because I think it's overall, right, collectible booster box, it's limited, right? So the more people open it, it's less inventory or the unbox product, right? So overall, I think it still have a potential to raise a little bit more, but I think it's very limited. It's hard to imagine this car can go over, I don't know, 1,200. But however, I think it's overall, I think I think it still have a potential to climb up, especially this exposure cloud. I just find out the demand is very strong, particularly this car in Sephora. I think Sephora it's finding its the rest point. I think Sephora, if I take a look right now, the Sephora average 950. Lowest offer 38 listing, the lowest is 850. So I will say, Sephora is kind of it's kind of resting in 850 to 900. Possible this car can climb, but I just based on the data I checked, I think that this exposure cloud looks like right now it has a best potential to be a high cost, the highest cost search for your card, right? Of course, neon chocobos they are different tier, right? So for the search for your, I predict this exposure will be the highest. Okay. Okay, I'll just do a quick quick preparations for grading. I won't talk too much. So, all right. Okay. Where are my gloves? Okay. First, remove the card from the original sleeve. Okay. Double sleeve. Okay, let me just zoom out a little bit. Okay. Okay. So, whenever you see this narrower, smaller sleeve, you need to careful because it's really hard to take out from it. But let's just do the quick pre-grading. Overall, I think this car condition is very good. My quick judgment, at least PSA 10. You see the surface clean. See four corners excellent. Centering a bit heavy. I'll say a bit heavy on the right, but easily fit into within 60/40. The only issue I saw is actually this bottom edge. I see this is not bad, but I will use Magfire to see. If you see this, the cut, the manufacturing cut is not. It's clean, but it's not perfect. You know what I'm saying? If you see this, there's white. The white. This is not whiting for sure. It's a manufacturing cut issue. Okay. Compared to the right, I'll say the right. This right edge, I'll say near perfect. Okay, you don't see any windings. If you see some winding, that's the light refraction. It's not the actual white winding. The white cutting mark, but the bottom, yeah, you do see some white cut. I don't know how I call it. Shaded. Okay, so this card for sure. Right now, when I pre-grade this card, I think this PSA 10 potential, very high possibility. I don't think this is the BGS 10, right? Because I think they may give me 9.5 on the centering, because I think the right hand side is a bit heavy. So high possibility 9.5 centering, 9.5 on edge. So overall, I think that the best score I can get if I send it to BGS, this card will be only 9.5. So definitely sending this card to PSA. Okay. Now I need to carefully take this card out. I hate this narrow penny sleeve. It's really hard to take out the cards with gloves. So you need to slightly squeeze on the side so you can create some room. And you need to use your finger, carefully poke. Use your nail. Get in, okay? And slowly pull the card out, okay? don't apply too much pressure, so you may scratch, otherwise you may scratch the edge. Okay, once you get out of the cards from the sleeve, change to, you need to wear your gloves. And lift up the cards. Now everything with gloves. Okay, now regardless, you can see the dust or not. Since you touch the card with the fingers, let's remove the fingerprint. Okay. Okay. Clean the card, remove the dust, remove fingerprint. Okay. Lift up the card again. Okay. Hold it. Okay, let you guys see the edge again. You see the carding mark on the bottom, right? It's not very obvious, but it is there. Okay, so that's why I just don't think this edge, I can get the 10 from the BGS. Flip the cards. Some people use the Q-tips instead of the finger. Some people use the Q-tips, use the cloth wrap over Q-tips. I just like to use my fingers because you can feel the pressure, right? Not saying you need to apply hot pressure, but because when you slide out, you can if you use fingers, you can feel the edge, right? You can stop at the edge. Gently remove the dust. Okay, pretty much you just draw a circle, go outwards, draw circles, clean up the card. Now you repackage with the new sleeves. Okay, go up. Okay, forgot. Switch to the right hand side. Use different hand. Gloves, right hand. Lift up. Okay, flip. Okay, almost done. Now, card saver. Create some rooms in there. Squeeze both hands and put this the bottom side on the table, so that gives you some balance. Okay, now slide in slowly until you feel some resistance. If no, you can just sand as deep as possible. Right now you're like this. Okay. Okay, now as usual, you tap. Tap, 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 tap. Okay. Done. Hopefully I can get the PSA 10 on this Cloud X Soldier. All right, I'll see you in next video.